fear. Let's talk about fear, shall we? Because there's a lot of people that live in that state of fear. That's what it is. It's a state of being, and it's a low vibration state of being. And what it does is it keeps people from taking action. It's not supposed to do that. If you think about fear in the animal kingdom, what's it there for? It's there to obviously make you ready, to be prepared, to take action, to move, avoid, escape from danger, survive, and then thrive again when you move out of that state of fear. You're not supposed to be in the state of fear all the time. But guess what? People are being kept in this state of fear, and what happens in that state of fear is it's on a long-term basis, it's acting in the subconscious way. You're staying unconscious. You're living in a state of subconscious, because again the fear is actually and kind of living in that subconscious. What your subconscious is there to do is to keep you surviving and just operating in a way that is safe. You're safe. So what's it doing is it's keeping people from taking action, from moving forward. And really, like, the fear now is like we're in this looping world, right, where there's kind of like a hell on earth situation going on, where people die unnecessarily, children die unnecessarily, wars are going on, people's health is being affected, poverty's going up, and this is like a hell. Like, even if you're doing all right at the moment, in your subconscious, there's this thing going on, like, oh, how long am I going to be okay for? Hopefully the government's going to be able to save me. Hopefully things will get better. You're putting that responsibility, that hope onto somebody coming to save you, which actually we save ourselves. Like, you know, you've got to move and escape the danger yourself, and then you want to thrive. You don't want to be surviving, you want to be thriving, right? So we've got this platform, GPMS.world, Global People's Monetary System, Simplified Divine Law. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the very first and only worldwide referendum which is by the people to create a new world, one which is a free world, a truly free world. And how do we create a truly free world? By creating a world where everybody is as abundant as the next person, an equal world, yeah? Because that way people are free, they don't have financial restrictions, they can travel, they can have all of the freedoms that money allows you to have in terms of experience. And that's what we're really here is to do, is experience this beautiful world, this planet. But, you know, if we're restricted on our money, that limits what our experience can be. So we're creating a new world, and, you know, again, a lot of people are living in this subconscious, this state of fear, and it's part of the human condition and the subconscious to want to stay where it's safe. And so change is something that people fear. People don't like change. It's part of that human condition. But the change that we're talking about is where you are going to be becoming more conscious of the world that you live in, and how beautiful it is and how beautiful it can be when everybody can experience it to its fullest, because they're not restricted on funding. And it reduces crime, because then you don't have inequality. Inequality is what causes crime. And then when everybody's got money and we don't put value in resources and gold and silver, we don't have crime, we don't have war, we don't have wars with other countries, there's no competing anymore. No, all we're doing is we're thriving in our environment, enjoying the experience of living and being, and that's really what we're doing here. So this is to talk about fear and how, you know, fear is something that you shouldn't be energizing, because it's low vibration, it's not actually serving you. And yeah, you want to shift out of that, move yourself out of that state of fear, because you've got nothing to fear. What you should be doing is loving the fact that we have this amazing, most auspicious time where we shift out of the hell into a heaven on earth. Now you might think of heaven as being up there in the skies, in the universe. Yeah, that is heaven. You could say that's the heavens, but you know, it's it's a higher dimension, and a higher dimension is based on energetic vibrational planes of existence. And so actually, as you start living in a more abundant, conscious way, taking in your beautiful surroundings, enjoying the best of everything and everyone, their individuality, their qualities, and seeing how we can contribute to sharing everything and supporting our community and not working a ridiculous number of hours every week, because we don't need to do that to pay bills. We just contribute to creating a beautiful world, like an amazing utopia, like you see in these fictional stories. It doesn't have to be fictional, people. We've got this ability to actually create that when we have no restriction on funding, when we untap our intrinsic value, which is infinite, and we all have that access to that. We don't longer put the value in, these resources I was talking about. Those resources just to, for us to enjoy, those things, so we can have them abundantly, and we can create the abundant levels of them when we don't have any restriction on funding. Where you can put money into research and projects that just transform our planet and make it into a beautiful heaven on Earth. It's amazing, and we can have that very, very quickly when we take action. When we take action by doing what? By giving our agreement to do it, to create this new world, and by sharing this referendum. So that's all we need to do. Have an amazing weekend. You're worth it. You deserve it. Lots of love.